Returning home after a year of rebuilding for Palisades Fire survivors, it is an emotional week and will continue to be. CBS LA's Rena Nakano followed one homeowner's journey of rebuilding. And Rena, I got to meet him 6 months ago. It's so heartwarming to see just how far he and his family have been able to come.
Absolutely. When you look at this house, you can't even believe that there was any sort of disaster here, but it's because a lot of hard work went into trying to save this home, plus a lot of work that went in after this whole thing. So joining me live is the homeowner, Kevin Mines. Lots of work went in here.
It was a busy year.
Yeah, but he was able to make it back home for Christmas and the holidays, which you said you have so much gratitude.
We have nothing but gratitude. It was great to be back. It's great to be back in the Palisades.
I mean, he grew up here. I mean, we were talking about how you went to elementary and high school and everything here, but to be back home is great, and to a hardened home. So let's talk about some of the improvements you've made, right? Yes. So first of all, let's talk about this area right here. You said this used to be a wooden deck. Yep. Now it's totally different landscaping. Tell me about that.
Well, we had all the landscaping redone, and we removed that deck. It caught fire during the fire, and we had to put it out with the buckets earlier. But now this has all been rock. All the plants are fire resistant. And yeah, the house is much more hardened for fire.
And let's talk about the day of a fire. Of course, it was a very emotional time for you because you were just camped out here just watching it happen. But, along came this pool and also these buckets right here. So let's talk about what you did to kind of prepare.
Right. Basically I had 10 buckets or so that I filled with pool water, and I deployed it around the perimeter of the house so that, you didn't have to carry the buckets to the spot fires. And then basically for the next 40 hours, we just made sure that if there was a spot fire, we put it out with the water.
All right, Kevin. All right, let's take a look at his story on his heroic way that he was able to save not just his home, but some of the homes around here.
Actually, that's sunset.
Fury, fire, a terror-fueled night, followed by a devastating realization.
The town is gone.
CBS LA anchor Pat Harvey met Kevin Mines of Pacific Palisades a year ago and shared the heroic fight to save his home. Now, 12 months later,
it's been a journey, but I've got nothing but gratitude.
Last January 7th, Mines stayed behind as his wife and son evacuated the blaze. Together with a stranger who put his life on the line to help, Mines was able to extinguish spot fires. His neighbor did the same. The result, Mines' house and several on each side were saved. Sadly,
all of the homes across the street burned down.
Clouds of smoke and ash caused by the fire blanketed homes still standing. When Mines and his wife returned to the house 2 weeks after the fire, this is what they found. Black soot settled in the pool and embedded in every belonging of every single room of the house.
And then when they tested the ash and soot, they found high concentrations of lead.
Decontaminating the home involved packing upwards of 200 boxes and transporting them to a Camarillo storage facility. From there, the walls had to be opened, the insulation changed out, and every horizontal surface had to be decontaminated or replaced. Unlike many homeowners dealing with smoke damage,
I've had luck with my insurance company.
Mines used his settlement not only to decontaminate, but also for hardening. There's a new fire-resistant roof. The eaves have been coated in fire-resistant paint, and the landscaping has more boulders and succulents which store water in their leaves.
It's drought-tolerant, it's fire-resistant.
But the neighborhood he's returning to won't be the same.
I think most all of the neighbors have decided to sell their lots. Some were elderly, in their 80s, right, and just didn't have a construction project in them. Others had small kids. They didn't want to waste any time with a community rebuilding itself. Those are precious years.
Where are the light bulbs?
His longtime hardware store, Anawalt Palisades, reopened several months ago, but his local Starbucks and B of A remain in ruins. Also still missing?
The restaurants, they just can't make it work. It's so quiet at night. You can drive down Sunset Boulevard at 9 o'clock and not see another car.
Mines knows the rebuilding that will surround him over the next several years will kick up dust and disruption. There's still no place else he'd rather be, as he and his wife return to the home his father built in 1970.
I'm really hopeful. I'm just so ready to be back in this house.
And he did make it back to this house right before the holidays. Lots of happiness, but of course a little bit of survivor's guilt.
Yeah, a lot of our friends in the Palisades lost everything. Nobody in their right, they never crossed their mind that their house was at risk. Then of course the fire was so devastating, it destroyed everything that they had.
And you don't take that lightly, and that's why you spent a lot of time and money on hardening what you do have left, correct?
Exactly. Fool me once, right? You don't want it to happen to you again. We were lucky that night, and now we want to kind of improve our luck if it ever has to happen again.
So improving on that luck. Remember, we talked about this earlier, these buckets, 10 of them across the house. Well, you got a little bit of an improvement, an upgrade, so let's talk about this.
Yeah. I'm not saying I won't have buckets around the house the next time. You always have a backup plan, right? But this was my birthday present this last month, and it's a gas generator water pump with the black intake hose and an 1.5 inch fire hose. And we can set this thing up in the pool area. I can bring the hose up onto the roof. We'll have access to all the perimeter of the house, and we're kind of cooking with gas with this one.
All right. Well, obviously you don't want anything to happen, but should it, I mean, he has a lot of backup and experience to kind of guide him through if anything does happen. Back to you guys.
He's been through so much. Rena, thank you. This Wednesday, we are hosting a Coffee with CBS LA event to check in with residents on how recovery is going for them. We're going to be at Lavender and Honey in Pasadena and Palisades Garden Cafe in Pacific Palisades from 7 to 10 a.m. We hope to see you there.